Tunneler Arnold Dix's bold promise that the 41 workers trapped in the under-construction Silkyara Bend-Barkot tunnel in Uttarakhand would be safely rescued by Christmas instilled hope in every Indian during the crisis. A year after the miraculous feat, Dix confesses that his assurance, with no record of successfully rescuing individuals, was more based on belief than his technical expertise.
At Silkyara, someone had to say it's going to be okay. Someone had to make everyone believe that we could do this. Otherwise it would end how it always ends. That would be in death. Normally I'm involved in recovering the bodies or learning the lessons of what's gone wrong. But Silkyara was different. Somehow I was a part of it, and somehow I believed that we could do it.
On his arrival to the site on November 19, 2023, a week after the collapse, the 60-year-old Australian professor inspected the tunnel and coordinated with different agencies, suggesting technical solutions to overcome challenges through the rubble. But it was a classic case of man versus mountain, and the reality proved to be far more challenging than expected.
Around day 14, as we all know, everything had broken. The auger had broken, it had ripped itself out of the ground, the casing was ripped apart, the auger itself had torn itself into pieces, I think the clutch had broken. It was looking pretty grim. But I still felt that we were going to be okay, as long as we could take a breath and understand that the timeline was by Christmas, my original promise. Every interview I did, I never set a time other than by Christmas. Because for me, time was the enemy, in the sense that if we rushed, we would cause a catastrophe. And probably we would get hurt.
Though a man of science who is the president of the International Tunnelling and Underground Space Association, Dix admitted that the signs of divine intervention in the whole process was simply too many to ignore. For instance, it seemed more than just a coincidence that only weeks before the collapse, he had decided to visit some of the world's deepest mines, enduring extreme conditions in South Africa and other places, all while carrying his rescue gear, something he typically never did.
By the time I got the call to go to Silkyara, I was in a really chilled zone, and I was extremely knowledgeable about extreme engineering underground. It's like I'd done a refresher course. I was relaxed and I was ready. I had all my gear. And I felt that we could do this. And yet, I've never felt that before. But I felt an overwhelming sense that we could do this. And of course, I'm arguably the most prominent guy in the world for this. But that's not what it was about. This wasn't just engineering. There was something else going on. And so this rescue has changed me. And I'm not sure what I am anymore. So I'm answering your question in a really obscure way, because I don't know the answer. Because when I was up there doing the rescue, I felt connected to everything.
On November 28, 2023, after 17 grueling days, all 41 workers were recovered uninjured, and Dix, who by then had already become the face of the rescue mission, was elated to deliver on his promise.